Hi everyone, good morning. Ross Spano here. It's Saturday morning. I'm on my back porch back in the district. It's a beautiful morning and I hope you're enjoying your Saturday morning too. This is going to be our third installment of what we call Members Mail, which is where we respond to constituents' questions and comments in response to our weekly newsletter, which went out this past week about our proposed economic recovery plan. Before we get to that, however, I want to go over a few things as it relates to economic stimulus payments. Those have been going out over the last few weeks. Those are receiving Social Security and SSI will be getting their payments this week and next week. And then finally, paper checks will begin to go out after that, so in the month of March. Secondly, I'd like to encourage you to go to our website, which is at spano.house.gov. There's lots of helpful information there, including information about the coronavirus and resources, information about help for small businesses, and also information about our proposed economic recovery plans I think you might find interesting. And then finally, last but not least, the weekly newsletter. I want to encourage you to sign up for that. It only takes about 30 seconds where we provide information I think is helpful for you and your families and your businesses. So I encourage you to do that. All right, let's get started with members mail. First, we have Joel from Lakeland. Joel says, first, thank you for the updates. It's nice to know that what our representative is up to in Washington. I do, however, have a question. Why is it taking so long for the IRS to send out stimulus checks to Social Security recipients? Thank you, Joel, for your question. Stimulus payments for Social Security recipients and SSI recipients are going out this week and next week, and you will be receiving those in the same way that you receive your typical monthly payment. So expect that this week or next. Next, we have a question from Tiana, in Brandon. Tiana writes in and says, unemployment system stinks. What are you doing about it? Tina, I share your frustration. I've got actually members of my own family who are frustrated and have voiced their concerns to me, as well as have constituents. As you probably know, the employment system is a state system. It's not a federal system. However, the federal government did, as part of one of the recent pieces of legislation, provide literally billions of dollars to states around the country to ramp up their systems and provide resources so that states could respond to what we knew was going to be a significant demand. The response has not been acceptable. It's not been good enough. So that needs to improve looking forward. What we can do, however, for you or for other constituents is we can help you get connected with your state representative or your state senator who has the ability to communicate directly with the state unemployment system and find out the status of your particular application. So please reach out to us and we can help you with that. Next, we have Sam in Clermont. Reducing regulations and debt, music to my ears. Thank you. He's commenting on the economic proposal that we put out there this week. So thanks for that, Sam. I appreciate that, and sounds like we're in agreement on lots of stuff. Next, Darlene from Brandon. Fix the blank unemployment issues and make real small business loans. Blank and do your job serving all the people of Florida. Well, Darlene, a couple things. As I said a moment ago, first of all, unemployment is a state issue. However, more than happy to help get you connected with your state rep. I do expect that, given the resources that we provided, the federal government provided the states, that they will make sure that they do a better job. But I can help you get connected with someone who probably can find an answer for you. All right. Also, second, with regard to small businesses, we have worked diligently and tirelessly over the last few weeks to make sure that small businesses have access to PPP loans and EIDL loans, and we'll continue to do that. Finally, it's my responsibility to represent the constituents of Florida 15. I care about all the people of Florida in the entire country, but my primary responsibility is to Florida 15 residents. Next, Susan from Lakeland. She says, thank you. My pleasure, Susan. It's an honor to serve you. Next, Dan from Altura. I am in full agreement. Let's get America open for business. And again, he's commenting on an email blast that we sent out this past week. Thanks, Dan. Looking forward to America being reopened again and excited about this next week, Monday, May 4th, when in Florida we begin to phase open the government again. That can't happen too soon. Next, from Galen in Seffner, please keep an eye on Pelosi and what she proposes. She seems very communist, and on what her intents are. Her ideas, Galen, certainly are as varied, I would say, as her ice cream choices. I have been very vocal in my opposition to Speaker Pelosi on many things. One of the things here just recently that she's proposing is what we call proxy voting, where she wants a member of the House to be able to give their vote to someone else to make their vote for them, which is absolutely nonsensical, and Absolutely oppose that with every fiber of my being. Next, we have Tina from Valrico, who says, I'm very disappointed that us as a small business has gotten no help whatsoever. We've worked hard and we built our company from the ground up and have served our communities as a small business. Tina, a lot of help has been provided to small businesses through the PPP program and the EIDL loan program, and we continue to fight for small businesses in that regard. And we're going to reach out to you and see if we can help you specifically. I appreciate what you have done as a small business owner. As a former small business owner, I know how hard it is, and so I just want to thank you for all that you've sacrificed in doing that for many years. Next, we have Ray from Valrico. Sir, what is your stance on getting the U.S. to regain manufacturing and reducing our dependence on China? Many Americans are wanting to support our country instead of building the GDP of communist China or any communist country. Please get your Republican colleagues on board to outline a plan to get our jobs back here. Another Valrico resident, Ray, I live in Valrico as well, so it's good to hear from you. I love it. Absolutely, we cannot be reliant on any other nation, certainly a communist nation such as China. And what we've learned, I think, through this coronavirus madness is the extent to which we are reliant on China with regard to PPE and ventilators and supply chains for medicines. Many of the chemicals, most of the chemicals that are in our generic drugs being made, 90% of the drugs that we receive and use in America are made and in China. That's a real problem. That's a real problem that has to change, and that's actually a part of our economic recovery plan. And they have to be also held accountable for the COVID-19 damages, I think, that they are largely responsible for. All right, finally, last but not least, Brian from Lakeland says, thank you to you and your staff for helping me get a PPP loan. It saved me from laying off 25 employees and impacting their families. They are so happy, and so am I. Thank you so much for that message, Brian. That made my day. I'm so glad that we could be helpful to you. I want to encourage you to sign up for our newsletter again, and we'll make sure you get our weekly newsletter every week. You can go to spano.house.gov to do that, and maybe we can read your questions and comments to our email. God bless you. Stay well, stay safe, enjoy your families this weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.